Hi everyone. So welcome to day 29, and today we'll be looking at a very interesting topic. So I was talking to myself or just thinking like we're already working with we did web scraping, and then also we've done we worked with Flask API. So I was just thinking we're already on the the part of web. All right, so let's just wrap up, that section by using a wonderful framework, which is Django. So I want us to use Django to be able to set up what we are doing, so that we can, have that full idea of how we can, use the framework to get the answers that we need. All right. So, um, so I'm going to give us a step by step you know a step by step guide. Okay, let me set my sound. So I'm going to give us a step by step guide on how we can use Django framework to be able to build a website, or how it looks like. Okay, so that's what I've prepared for today's class. And I'm not. What I did was that I did not just. I have it built, but I want to show us the process of building it. Okay, which is different from what we do or what I've been doing. Like yesterday, I've already prepared the website and everything, and then I was just showing you how the code looks like. By the way, I've sent the repo to you guys. I've sent it on the Slack channel, so you can go to the Slack channel and clone the website and be able to, or clone the repo rather, and be able to use it for um, anything you want to do it for. Maybe to understand best how we do the web scraping and all of that. So, guys, let's make use of it. So let's dive in today. Let's dive in today. So I'm going to begin by, I think I will share my entire screen, and then I would now begin to uh, I'll now begin to show you guys how I navigate it. So I'm just thinking about my network, if it's very perfect for you guys to, you can hear me. All right, so that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking about my network, if it's very okay for everyone. So please confirm if you can hear me. I think so. I'm going to be sharing my entire screen right now. Okay, let me share my entire screen. Just a minute. Okay, so I will share my entire screen. Gloria, please confirm if you can hear me. So this is my entire screen. And before I do that, I would first of all want to create a folder. So let me create a folder on my desktop. So I know my screen is blank right now. Okay, but let me just share my entire screen and show you guys how I do this thing. Okay. Hi guys, am I audible? Okay, let me share this one. Just a minute. Okay, yeah, Gloria said you can hear me. Okay, great. So I guess now you can see my entire screen, and I'll just go over to okay what I have here. So this is what we're going to be doing, and we're going to follow the steps. It's not that too you know, it's not too how do I say it now? It's just there. We just follow it step by step. I'll be able to get to the end. Okay. So I think I might share this README. I'll add it to the Gits and then share also to you guys. So it's just a skeletal way of how to build a website using Django and how Django works. Great. So the first thing I want to do is that though it's asking that we create a virtual environment, and then so what we are doing is that this tutorial will guide you through building a basic e-commerce website with Django, perfect for student to learn, and then the products, category, shopping, functionalities, basic checkout process, and admin. So these are the three things that we might use. Okay, but let's just see how it goes. Then, so we first of all do the project setup. So we might need to have to create a virtual environment. All right, and then when we create a virtual environment, so what I will do first of all is I will come to my folder here and create a new folder. I'll just call it, let's just say Day29. Let's say Django Day29. All right, let's leave it this way. Django Day29, and then I'm going to open it with VS Code. Okay, so I open it with VS Code. Now we have that there. So I would like to drag what we have here. I'd like to see if I can drag it over to. Let me first of all see if I can just split the two screen into separate places. I don't know if it's possible to drag it here. Great, I can drag it here. So I'll take off these windows. Just leave it here. Cool, fantastic. This is what I want. So I want the documentation to be here so that I can read it and and we can use it to do what we want to do. So the first thing we want to do is that now that we have created, uh, you know, a directory, just a directory. So I need to create a virtual environment. Okay, so I'll go to my terminal, and then on the terminal, scroll this down a little bit and scroll up. So on the terminal, I'm going to click just paste. Uh, so I'm going to just do something like this: Python dash vem, and run it. So that will create a virtual environment for me. So virtual environments are more like places where you store packages, okay? So that they are the packages you are installing that they are independent of your global Python packages. Just in case that there's any issue, all right? You don't run into dependency issues, upgrade issues, and update issues, okay? And also with with virtual environment, you can decide which Python you want to use. If I want to create a virtual environment with Python 3.11, 3.9, I could have done that. But currently, I think I'm using my global Python. So if I do something like, I think if I do which Python, if I do Python version, Python dash dash version. So this is my global Python, but we will not source the virtual environment. So let's source the virtual environment. I'm using Windows, so I'll use this line to source it. So I'll say source then script activate. Now, if you're using Linux or Mac, that would be then beam activate. So source state, let me do Python version again. Let's see. So you can see that we are still using the same Python version. Like that. So I'll clear it. So the next thing we need to do is that now that we have activated our then, we need to be able to install these two packages, Pillow and Django. So we'll store them. So that means that we might need to have requirement.txt to show a user that these are the libraries that you need. Okay, so we click on this. So this is going to take. I want to do everything raw, so it will take time to install due to my internet connectivity. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. So just wait a bit for it to we will wait, we wait. So I think I'm having network issues, so I'm going to. Um, okay, it's already working. Okay, so it's already installing, and all the packages have been installed. All right. So I think after that, we move to the next page. So we are still working on setting up, the interface. Okay, great. So I want to do this so that you guys can see how the project is being built. So I already have it built, but I just want to show you so that you see it and you can be able to understand that these are the steps that we take. Okay, given the fact that we're almost there, tomorrow is just, let's come and enjoy ourselves. So now that we are done installing, so I could decide to update my PIP if I want to, but I don't want to update it. So the next thing I need to do now is for us to start our Django project. Now to start a project, you use the Django keyword. So Django admin, start project, e-commerce. That's the project that we want to do. So this will create a folder for us or a directory for us. So if we run it, look at my just look at this point of, where my virtual environment is. So you can see that now we have a folder. All right, you can see we have folder or a directory that has other directories alongside with it. Okay, e-commerce, and it came with some default Python, Python files. All right, but that is a project we are working on. So this is our entire project. But inside our project, that's inside this project that we have, inside this e-commerce project, we may need to create an app. Okay, an app is more like not an app looks like our website that we are building. All right, app looks like the website that you are building. All right, or the structure you are building. Okay, you can have multiple app inside a project. You can have multiple app inside a project. All right, you can have multiple apps inside a project. So just take app like it could be like sometimes it's like a functionality in a website. All right, so that's what app could be like. Okay, so we'll cd into the e-commerce and then run this to create our app. So we want to create an app called shop. So we run python manage.py. We're going to use the manage.py file to be able to start an app called shop. Then once I run it, it's going to create a file called shop inside this e-commerce directory. So you see that we've gotten a directory rather called shop. So this is how Django works. It's just giving you it's giving you templates. Okay, the framework is giving templates of what you can use. So all of these things, the admin, the app, the models, the tests, the views, all of these has their use cases. Like also settings in e-commerce, URL in e-commerce, they all have their use cases. Okay, so let's go ahead. So the next thing we need to do is that we want to migrate and add super user. So we want to create a super user for the project. So I'll run this line to migrate and add super user. Okay, and then I'll copy the next one. Great. So we've migrated, and then the next thing we want to do is that we want to add a super user that has the project. So leave blank. So I'll just do G O C. The address should be GOC@gmail. This is just me typing anything. So in production, you might want to type information here, goc.com, password. Let's just say 2323. Password again, 2323. Yeah, it determine that it's too generic, but let's just go ahead with it. So you might want to use a very concrete stuff. So we have a super user already created for our project. Now we begin to work. Now this is when we start working. So what do we want to do is that we want to update the e-commerce setting. So I've already uh, so what we're going to be doing in the e-commerce setting is that we're going to add shop to the installed apps. All right. Then we're going to add this at the bottom of it. We're going to add this at the bottom of it. And there is one stuff also we need to add to directory. We have to find that. I'll go and find that there's something we need to add to directory also. But so let's go to the setting.py. So this is the setting.py. So you see we have installed apps. I'm going to add this shop, our app. We're going to add our app to it. So you see that there are other apps in it, but we're going to add our app shop that we just created. We're going to add it to it. Then this other part, this media routes and all of this. What this thing means is that we might need to sometimes want to create, we want to pass in documents, or let's say want to pass in files, okay, like images and all of that. We might need that. So this is just for us to set it. This is because all your files that you're going to pass that should be shown on your website, you put them inside this directory. Okay, so I'll just put this here. I think there's one thing we'll come and do inside this place. I need to add something, templates. I'll come and do that later. Okay, so you guys remind me of. So let's go ahead. So we've set that up. We've settled this setting.py. Then the next thing we want to do is that we want to create a model. So what is a model? Now, a model defines the database schema. So in Django, models are what you use to define your database schema. Each model maps the database table. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is that we're going to go to the shop.models, and then you see that when I clicked it, it already showed me what we want to import. So from Django.database, import models. So models refers to database in Django. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. Now this is just it's an e-commerce website that has to do with books. All right. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here. So let's look at what the model is saying. So we are creating a class called models. So from our models.model, let the name be the model.chatfeed, whatever length you want to give to it. I return the name of the model. So and then we are creating a class called products. Okay, so in our database there will be a structure called product, and we have the product category name, price, description, and image. Okay, the image should be uploaded to products. Okay, there should be a directory called products which we need to create, and then other things can be feed. And the next thing is class. Okay, so class and then the order. So these are just basic stuff that we also have in our in our database. So I'll save this, and then that's what we need to do there. The next place we are going to do is that we need to run our migrations and then also run migrate to be able to also implement all the things that we have done. So you click here, you just copy, paste. So when our migration is done, you can see that when we click migration, it means that we have created a database. Now you see that we have a database. If you can remember the last time where we did, let's go for database. So let's create connection. Let's create connection. Because it's running me on database of migrate. So let's create connection, and let's copy the URL, copy related parts, copy parts. And let me zoom in a little bit because we want to get SQLite. We want to pass in the path, and then we want to connect. So we can have the so that you can see that the database has been created. Great. So this is the database. And you can see all the tables that we have. But then you would see that we have tables like we have shop tables, shop categories, shop order, product, sequence. All these are structures that we have assigned on our project. Okay. So shop category has ID, the shop order, products, see the products that we created to have an ID, to have the name, price, description, and the image. And then we also have the sequence. This is just telling us the number of records that we have. Great. So our database is up and running. But you can decide to use um, a web server. You can decide to use Postgres database, any database you want to use that's connected to any cloud system. All right. But this one we're just using um, our local, SQLite database. So having done that, the next step we need to do is to create our admin setup. So to create our admin setup, we go to shop, then we have admins. This is it, shop.admin. Then we are going to copy this, um, just copy this and paste. I'm going to explain what this means. So great. From our default importation, then we're going to do from the model which we have created, give us the category, product, and order. So from that admin, this admin allows us to be able to register a category, a product, and also an order. That's what we are doing here. And after that, we go to views. So let me also say that admin registers your model so that you can manage them in Django admin panel. So Django has an admin panel. All right, Django has an admin panel that you can use. You can log in. You see that stuff I created now. That's what I need. I need it to. I need those information to log in and to be able to manage. These models. That's the database that we have created. So views now. Views are very important in Django. Okay, some people come if you've done something like JavaScript and you're into React and all of that. The concept of Django's views are very different from it. Okay, in views in Django, it is used to control what the user says. That's it fetch data from the model and pass it to its template. Views are not like front end. Okay, they are majorly functions that Django uses to to show results or to present information to user. Okay, it is not that it is the front end for a user. Okay, it is just what Django uses. It's a function that Django uses, like take it like a fetcher. All right, it fetches information, like we said, it fetches data from model and pass it to the user. That's what views does. Okay, so we're going to go to our app.views, and then I'm just going to copy this stuff and I'll explain it on that part what each of the line is doing. Go to the outdoor views. Then I'm going to paste this. Great. So I think I need to take out this. Take out Ctrl S. Ctrl V. Great. So what are we doing here now? What we are doing is that we say from Django.shortcut.render, we're going to get render and redirect. So from our models that we have created, we want to import products, and then we want to import others. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is that we want to now say our product is when we click on our product, we want you to list. Now this place I'm showing, this what you see here now, it is the URL. Now this is the HTML. This is where we are embedding our HTML for a user to get to now see information on the website. Okay, so what we're saying is that there's a product when there's a product list request. Okay, when this thing is request, ensure you pass in all the products on this website. And then we also have a another part called add to cart. Okay, when that part is still in request, so it's a function that we are using to, it's just like when we were using flags to build our uh no the route part. Okay, so these functions in all of these views help us to build a route part, okay, that we can use on our website. So we have the product, we have the add card, we have the card functionality, and then we have the checkout. Okay, and all of these things have where they point to. Okay, this points to an HTML site, which we're going to see below. This points to a cart HTML. This points to uh, the product list HTML. Cool, right? So we save this, and we are done, almost done with this, and then we go to the next one, URLs. So now URLs defines the routes in the app, mapping URLs to views. Okay, so literally we have two URLs when you're working in Django projects. You have your normal URLs. Look at it. That's the project URLs, and then you also need to create your app URLs. Okay, so this thing they helps you to define the route in which your views are being displayed. Okay, so we need to first of all set the e-commerce URL. So we go there, and then I'll just copy this, and then I'll explain inside what we are doing. So copy this, paste it here, and just let me come down and paste here so that I can be able to know the part that I'm deleting. So I'm going to take this two part off. Great. So what we're going to be doing is that what we are saying is that we're going to say from Django.contribute, we need to bring the admin, and then we also import the URL parts, and then we include what are we the reason why we're including is that we're going to include our shop URLs, because we are going to create a folder a file called the shop URL or our app called shop. So we're going to include that app, and also we have to call our admin site. Remember that super admin I created. So if we do localhost, whatever is our stuff slash admin, all right, it should take us to the admin website where we need to log in. And then also we need to also have when there is no, this part here is a default. All right, when there is no specified stuff, this is an index. Okay, it should lead us to where our shop URL is pointing us to. Okay, great. And this other part is just for us to add our medias to the part. So I'm going to save this, and then the next thing we're going to do is that we need to now create the URLs for our shop, just systematically. So I'll come to this place, and I'll click on a new file, and I'll just call it urls.py. And for some of us, it might look like it's Japanese I'm speaking, but just follow the idea, you get it. Okay, follow the idea, you get it. So let me copy this and paste on that URL app that we're going to be doing. So great. So what we are doing here is that from the Django.urls, we're going to import parts, and then from the root directory, that's from this root directory, we are going to import views. Okay, we're going to import views. That's from this shop directory. We're going to import views. Now, all the views that we have created, all the functions that we have created, we need to call them inside this part. This is where we set the path. Okay, this is where we set the path to every views that we have created. So if a user does not click anything here, this is the views that it shows. It shows the person product list. Okay, and then if the user adds this, add to cart, maybe add passing a number that they want to add for product ID, it tells the person to add it to a cart. If the user do the URL slash cart, it will take the person to this view called cart. Let me see if I can just bring that views up and split my screen so that you understand what I'm saying. So this is what we are saying, that if a user on the index, if there's an index, it should take the person to a product list. And the product list is taking you to shop dot. So there's an HTML file it's taking you to. If there's a part called add dot, the number of product ID we want to do, it should take the person to this place. All right. And then if there's a cart, it take the person to this cart function. And somebody wants to check out, it takes the person to the checkout function. That's what we are doing. So I'm going to save this. Okay, I'm clearing my screen up so that it's easy for us to. So now we now start building our templates. Okay. So what are templates? Templates are HTML page rendered by views using Django templates in engine. So we're going to have 2 or 4 templates: base templates, product templates, cart templates, and checkout template. But I need to create the template folder or directory on the root base. I'm going to say this should be templates. Now that's why I said that there's something I need to go and pick up from somewhere. Okay, so this will be templates. No, I need to create this as I need to create it as a directory. I need to put it inside this place. So I need to say no. I need to click this. Wait, and I need to say templates. Great. So this is our templates. And so we have our shop, we have our e-commerce, and we have our template. So inside this template, I'll create the base. I'll create a shop directory again. I'm going to create a shop directory. And inside the shop directory, I'm going to create a file called base.html. Great. So inside our templates, there's a shop directory. Okay, and then we have base.html, which is what we have here. So I'm just going to paste everything I have here. This is going to be our root file. So I'm going to copy great, copy everything I have here on my HTML, paste it to the base, and save. Let me say it's like Japanese to him. Yes, that's how it looks like. Going to be very, very cool to you very soon. Great, so we have that saved. Then the next thing we need to do is that we need to create our product list.html. So let me just copy this so that I don't make mistake with the name. So I'm going to come here to, then I'm going to click down. I'm going to click this. Great, so we have, I'm just so worried about why I don't have this staying inside the directory, but it's fine. Let's go ahead. So on the base, I'm going to copy. Now I will explain all of these things later. Let's just copy and paste first so that we'll not get carried away. Because all these end block, this, what do they mean? We will explain them later. So we do that, and then we can cancel that. We go to the next part. We need to create cart.html. So under this, we need to create cat.html. Then we copy this. I don't know if I was to have two um, block there, so I think I will delete one. I'm supposed to have two block, to have just one, and then I'll save it. And I think the last one is we're going to have checkout. So we have checkout.html, which will be the last thing that we need to copy before we run the application. So this will be our checkout.html, and then we'll paste it here, save. Now, before we run this app, there's something I need to do. We need to pass in this template to we need to pass in the template to our settings. Remember, I said that we need to pass it to our e-commerce settings directory. Where's the directory? We need to pass this template here to the directory so that it understands this directory. Okay. So you give me a minute. I think I have it somewhere. I'm just going to click my e-commerce, my settings. We just open video first code just once first. Just quickly want to capture how I did it here. Where is it? But let me just Control A, Control C because it's the same thing. Delete and then come here and do Control A, Control V because it's the same thing. Great, and show you guys what I was trying to do. So it's os.base directory templates, so that we can be able to our app can be able to find templates. And also want to state that we also did os.join base directory media. This will be automatically created by itself. So I'll Control S this. Now I can go and explain what I've done on this base and all of that. So now let's explain what I've done here. So here we just have customized HTML file, and that HTML file would want to pick block dot book title. Now, anytime you see something like this on Django, is that we are trying to call a variable. Okay, that's what this means. That we are trying to call. Sorry, I want to zoom. I wanted to zoom in so that you see what I'm doing. We want to call a variable. All right. So that's what this part is doing. To want to call the book title, and end block. The end block here is that this is like we are beginning it, and then this is like we are closing it. Okay. So then these are normal HTML customization, CSS styling, and then we begin. We begin the body. This is the body parts. Django stuff. This should be our header or navigation bar. These are navigation bars, and at the end of our navigation bars, we will now have something like a cat. This is the part of our navigation bar, and then this is our main class that covers the body of the web page. So it will take it will try to get fetch data that we have maybe registered, and then uh, at the end of the day we get the footer. Okay, and this is just the footer design and all of that. So that is what the base is doing. Base is just like the front end of what we want to do. And then we have the cart. Cart is to list all to take in all stuff that we have clicked, all the product that we want to buy, the book that we want to buy. And then we have the checkout to be able to process payments. And then we have the product list. And the product list, one thing I let you guys know is that if you see from the base directory, we started with HTML, but from others, there's an extension. We're extending from the base. So it means that what we are saying is that from the base.html, you can call this other HTML file. You can render them into, to see the information from them. So that's why every one of them has, it begins with this dot extend. It's extending from the base. Okay, great. So that being said, I think we are good to go. But one more thing, yeah, we are good to go. Let's run our app. So to run our app, it's just very simple. It's just to say that we'll copy this, and then on our terminal, we just paste it and run. So run manage dot python dot py. So great. So we have the app running on uh, localhost 8080. So I'll just come back here. Yeah, great. So refresh it. You can see this is our app. Voila, running on localhost, and all these are all the things that we, these are just links, so they will not click. So all the things that we said we want to do. So let's check the cart. The cart is working. Then let's check the price or checkout. Checkout is working. Thank you for order. Your items will be cheap. Let's continue to shop. It's all working. So you can see that Flora said on more. So you can see that all of the part that we are rendering, the home page, which shows our products, check stuff is working. The checkout is working. Continue shopping should list all the product items. So if we click on products, now product should bring all the product out. But this is fantastic. But what if you want to do a localhost slash admin? Let's try this out. Now let's see what will happen to. So you see, we need to log into the Django admin page. So I'll do GOC because that's what I used. I think I think I used 2323 as the password. Let me see. Let me try and log in and see if that was what I used. I've forgotten. I've forgotten. Or 3434 something. I know I use something as the password. It better be 3434. Please enter the correct username and password for a staff account. Not that developing maybe case sensitive. I guess I use GOC. So guys, I think I have missed the password I used. What I used 3434. Oh, I don't want to build this app again. Uh 2323. I've forgotten the password I used when we created. Oh great. So it was 2333 that we used. All right, great. So I can be able to now enter. So you can see that from this angle, we can be able to add. This is where you have super admin. Let me zoom in. I guess you can see what we're doing. So you have super admin. You can be able to add users, change groups, because this is where you do a lot of stuff. But let's say we want to add the products. We can click add the products here. And oh great, so this is where we add the product name. Let's say the product, what category you want to give our product. We didn't specify the category you want to give the product, but let's say you want to give the product the name of the product should be 30 days. Let's say it's 30 days with Python. Why is my with Python? 30 days with Python programming language. Great. So let's say programming language. What is the price? So the price of this training, let's say it's 1,000. Oh, great. So learn basic programming language and the fundamental Python. programming language, and ready for the job ready. Let's just leave it that way. So do I want to choose a file? Save and add to another, save and continue. So I want to choose, let's say I want to choose a file. Let's go to my download. I should have at least a Python picture. Don't I have Python picture on my phone? Let me pick this one. Let me pick this one. So I've choose a file. So let's save. Let's see what happens when we save. Great. So there was an error. I didn't feed this part. Oh, I need to create a category first before I can. So let me do save and continue. Save and continue editing. Okay. So let's go to category. I need to add category. What is the category of this? This should be, let's just call it programming language. Programming language. Or code. Let's just say code. Okay, save this. So we have a category called code, and then I can go to products now. Let's just click on products, and let's click on add products. So I can have code, and then the name 30 days of Python, price should be 1,500, 1,000, and this place is then Python, and the job ready. So let's choose file again and download. I think I went to download and I saw this. It was a training that we did before. Great. So let's save this. I hope I'm not missing anything. Great. So 30 days Python was added successfully. So we have a product called 30 days of Python. So we can delete it if we want to or not. And for orders, we don't have. Let's see if we can add how many orders, but we don't need to do that. But I want to just go back to our website and let's refresh. Let's see what will happen. So great. So you see when we go to our website and then we refresh, you see that from the admin, we've added our products. So I could add as many products I want to. I could add it to a cart. Okay, so this is it. And the description, this is the category of the product. This is just fantastic. Okay, so you can be able to go to products. If you go to categories, you can go to categories. If you want to check out, okay, let's add this to our cart, for example. And I'm not sure if we've done the add cart function, so it's not really okay. Great, it's working. Fantastic. Let's go to add cart. So I think I ordered it twice. That's why it's showing this. So if you click checkout, continue shipping, start. So all of these things can be built. We can just keep going on and going on and building what we want to build. But this is how. So you know that from the admin page, this is where we add our products. And if we go to our source code, I want you to see that a new stuff should have been created. Let me refresh it. Media, right? I want to show you that media has been created. You see that any pictures that we upload on that on our website, it goes to our media dot products. All right. So the media dot product we hold those static information, and also on this place we can be able to trap in informations that we can use to hold. Where are we now? Maybe images that we want to put on our website. We can be able to track it using uploading using that media directory. But this is great. This is it. This is what I want to show you guys how Django can easily, do these things. So let's add another. Let's say we want to add another category, and the category should be, uh, let's say, cloud computing. Cloud computing. Let's save this, and then the next thing we want to do is that let's say we want to go and add a product on our cloud computing. Add a product on which place cloud computing. What will be the name? AWS cloud, AWS services, how much to get this product. Let's say we're going to get it for three. Let's just do 500, for example. What's the product? Learn the fundamentals of Amazon Web Services. Write exams and practice exam. Okay, and then choose a file. So to choose a file, I'm not sure if I have anything that has to do with Amazon Web Services except my picture, but let's just use this. Let's use this one. Let's use this spider or something. Save it. So by the time we go back to our page again and refresh, great. So we have Amazon Web Service already showing on our page. Now, guys, this is it. This is we using Django to be able to structurally just build an e-commerce website where you can upload products and people can come and see the product and buy. All right. So our program structure is just simple. Is our program structure. Um, the settings does all that it needs to do. The URLs does what it needs to do, and then we have our admin page under our app. So I can create other apps. Okay, inside this same project, I can create. Now we have the shop app. I can create blog app. Okay, I can create blog app inside this place. So blog app, we now do other things like when user comes to the website and they want to look for blog, this is how the blog app should handle it. So inside the project, you can create multiple apps, and then it has its own views. It has its own views. It has its own views, URL, and all of that. You can also create his own admin. In that is in his own admin who can create blogs. What's the structure of that blog, and every of them we go to what the database that we have. All right, and use models to be able to build those stuff. So this is the idea, guys, and I think this is quite a lot for day 29, and tomorrow being our last day of class, which is day 30. I think you've learned a lot, like you learned a lot. So tomorrow, I'll take our time to teach us on Git so that I'll show you how you can, when you do these things on your local system and you want to put them on a place where people can easily clone it and see what you've done or insert them into your CV, the link on your CV. So we'll do GitHub tomorrow, and then that will be our wrap up. But guys, I'm excited that you've learned a lot, and um, so let's go to the Slack channel and uh, drop our questions. And for the assignment that we created, that we're giving, the deadline is tomorrow. All right, wrap up of class, and then I'm going to also give you guys a final project that everybody needs to. You do it. There's something for you. So you do that project. So guys, thank you very much for your time. It's been an interesting 1 hour teaching you people. I'm excited and I'm glad teaching you. Don't forget to always come back to watch the videos, listen and listen and listen again. There are things that you could not get that when you come back and listen to it, you get it. Pause, look at the script, pause, look at the script, and try to replicate what you've seen here, and to be good. Okay, guys, see you. Bye.